Let me share with you the worst thing I believe you can do in 2024. The worst thing that you can do to cripple yourself in a brand new calendar year. This is probably the ugliest video I'll shoot this year on this broken iPhone. It is so old and so cracked and been dropped so many times. The only thing I use this phone now for is these daily videos and a little bit of texting, and less than 15 people on planet BadAzz even have this this phone number. So I wanted to show you what I brought to Chateau Montebello. We're in Chateau Montebello for 3 days. My wife Krista, my daughter Emery, we came here on the day before New Year's, and we stay for 3 days. It's just some family winter fun before we head south to Naples for the winter. Unfortunately, this year there's no snow here in Quebec, Canada. So we've made the most of it. We've been swimming. We've been playing some tennis. We did some outdoor activities, lots of walking, lots of reading. Chateau Montebello is the largest log cabin in North America, if not the world. Great place to celebrate Christmas, great place to celebrate a brand new year. So one of the things that I put in my luggage, believe it or not, was my brand new 2024 calendar. So Krista was laughing at me as I rolled this large dry erase calendar. I got that at Staples or Business Depot, wherever Leanne got it. And that, my friend, is a fresh sheet of, I call it a blank slate, a fresh start, a brand new calendar year. As you can see, the 12 months are up here. And what my job to do this year as a husband and as a father, as a entrepreneur, is to fill that fucking thing. It's interesting. My wife Krista does not swear. She doesn't cuss. She doesn't use any profanity. She doesn't swear. She wouldn't use 3 swear words in an entire year. So there's no cussing, there's no profanity in her world or in our home. But it's interesting, when I took this out of the package the other day, Krista used one of her 3 swear words for the new year when she said, "Now fill that fucking thing." And she was referring to this 2024 calendar. She's watched me do this for a decade plus. Of course, the story behind this calendar is the Jerry Seinfeld never break the red X, right? If you know that story, it's worth hearing again. If you don't know the Jerry Seinfeld never break the red X, it's worth understanding that Seinfeld was asked one time years and years ago, how did he become the most prolific and, most importantly, the highest paid comedian on planet Earth? How in the world did he make more money? Come on in, sweetie. How did Jerry Seinfeld make more money than all other comedians combined through his TV sitcom Seinfeld, but also stand-up, books, you name it? And when GQ magazine was interviewing Seinfeld, he actually let the secret out of the bag when he said, "I have a wall calendar up, just like the one I showed you. And what I do is I write comedy every day. It could be for 10 minutes, it could be for 15 minutes, it could be for 30 minutes, it could be for 1 hour. But I write comedy every single day, 365 days per year." Now, the interesting thing is, he said, every time I write for 15 minutes or half an hour, I reward myself by putting up the red X on the calendar. I put a red X on the calendar, which is an attaboy or a gold star or a pat on the back. And he said, my job throughout the year is to never, ever break the red chain. And the red chain is the consecutive X's. So he wants to put together 365 red X's in a year, 7 per week, 30 per month, 365. And he said that's his number one goal as the highest paid comedian in the world, was to write every day. He had one goal, not two, not three, one goal, to write comedy every single day. It could be an observation he saw. It could be a joke that came to him. It could have been a situation that he found interesting and funny. It just depended on the situation, but he writes every day. And Seinfeld's been doing this for 40 to 50 years. He calls it his daily torture, embracing the torture, embracing what's difficult. Even writing for Jerry Seinfeld and Stephen King and J.K. Rowling and these, John Grisham, they talk about embracing the torture. Not every day is easy for them to write, but never break the red chain, never break the red chain. So no matter what, Seinfeld said some nights at 11:30 p.m. he's writing so that he never breaks the chain. Days that he doesn't feel like writing, he's finding inspiration. So I took this strategy and implemented it in my own BadAzz world. And even though we're only here for the first couple days of the year, I rolled up this calendar and I brought it with me to Montebello, and I put it on the wall because it's that important. And as you can see, I use a green X. I don't think it really matters, but to me, green means abundance, so I love the color green. Are you heading out, sweetie?
Yeah. Oh, I need my key.
I've used red X's before, and something else that I've added this year is after I put the green X, want me to get the door?
Okay.
Play to win. Goodbye. Play to win.
Okay, bye.
Chess match down there this morning. Foosball last night. One thing I've added this year is I put a green red X, and then I read this article that psychologists say there's something to circling the victory. These are all gold stars for you as an entrepreneur, right? Nobody's going to pat you on the back. Nobody's going to, encourage you and motivate you every single day. So what the Seinfeld calendar does is it gives you that daily attaboy that's so important. Being an entrepreneur, it's the loneliest job in the world. This is a vaccination for that loneliness. It's giving yourself gold stars. You do the work, you get the star. You do the work, you get the star. So in this case, what I did is I put the X up, and then I read that if you circle it, there's something psychologically, mentally, whatever you want to call it, about that having even more of an impact. So my calendar, my job is to put 365 of these green X's, red X's, and I'm going to circle them as well this year. I don't know if it makes a difference or doesn't, but what the hell, it's a little bit of ink. And like my wife Krista said, my job as the leader of this family, my job as a husband, my job as a father, my job as an entrepreneur, my job as a founder, an employer of people, my job as a community volunteer is to fill that fucking thing, okay? Admittedly, last year, I just got finished taking the one down from last year, and you know how many days I missed? You know how many times I broke the red chain in 2023? It makes me sick to my stomach to tell you this. It makes me sick to my stomach to tell you this. But out of 365 days last year, I didn't show up 6 days. And it doesn't matter what my excuse is. It doesn't matter. I wasn't sick. I wasn't tired. I wasn't distracted. It wasn't that. The bad wolf came to visit me 6 times last year, and I let that son of a bitch win 6 times. Where I didn't walk, where I didn't do what I was supposed to do, and I didn't get the red X. I didn't get the X in the calendar. And that bothered me so much that when I put this calendar up the other day, I said, I'm going to fill that thing. 365. 2 years ago, I shot a video every single day of the year, 366 for good measure. That's my mindset this year. But the worst thing that you can do this year is try and set one goal, like Jerry Seinfeld, write every day, never break the chain, and not have a calendar up. You asked my business partner, Marc-Andre, he thought this was all, I don't need the calendar, I can achieve my goals last year. His life transformed when he finally put that calendar up last summer. He had a calendar there that I had sent him, and he left it in the packaging, and he said, I can do this every day without. And you talk about any of my most successful mastermind members this year, whether it's a Bill Gaw or a Tom Burns or a Marc-Andre LeBlanc or a Jeff Dean or a Paul Nolte or a David Linton or a Steven Evanko, all of those men are calendar guys. They're all Seinfeld calendar guys. They don't try and take on the bad wolf when he comes to visit with willpower. But I'm telling you, this simple concept, it's not to be taken lightly. If you don't have a calendar up, and here we are in the first of a brand new year, order a calendar, get in your car, go buy one of these. They're a dry erase calendar that has the whole year, and get yourself a green Sharpie, get yourself a black or red Sharpie, and start setting one goal. This calendar is one goal. You know what it is this year? This used to be walking. 20 years ago, it used to be, I got to walk 30 minutes a day. Every day I walk 30, I got the X. Then some years it was read every day for half an hour. That would get me the X. Then I got into the write for 10 minutes, copyright for 30 minutes, and that would be the red X. So start small and make it one thing. And it doesn't have to be one thing for the whole year. It can be, okay, I've walked now for 2 months. I got it down. It's a habit. Then the X can become your second goal of the year or your third goal of the year. So the X is for something that's a challenge for you. It's your number one priority. So what's my red X this year? My red X this year is not just to write every day, which I've done for 20 years, but also to write one article, to publish one article. So at the end of every day, Marc-Andre gets an email from Yours Relentless, and I've written one article every day. So that's 7 articles a week. That's 30 articles a month. That's 365 articles this year. And those articles, some of them are long, some are short, some are interesting, some are boring. But for me to get that X day after day with the circle, I've got to write an article and send it to Marc-Andre. So as you can see, I'm 1-0. I'll be 2-0 here later today. Then I'll be 3-0, 4-0, 5-0, 7-0. And at the end of the year, I will have emailed him 365 times with 365 articles. It's up to him to decide how to use those articles. Is that article a telegram? Is it a fax to my brothers? Is it part of our monthly newsletter? I'm writing another book. Is it a chapter in a book? Is it a page in a book? Is it whatever it is? But content. Like Seinfeld, write every day, publish every day, write every day, publish every day, write every day, publish every day. And it doesn't have to be, it can be something that took me 5 minutes. But pick one thing for your calendar. Maybe you want to lose 25 pounds this year. So instead of the 25 pounds, okay, I'm going to walk 8,000 steps a day, every day. Well, to do that, that's an hour walk. That's a minimum hour walk. So if you walk an hour, you get the X. Maybe you need to start a lot smaller. So if you're just getting started out, you want to start walking this year, it's more important to walk 5 minutes every day than it is to walk an hour every 5 days. Every day, massive consistency. Okay, forget that crazy guru, massive action. Drive you nuts. Massive consistency. Pick something that you want to make a habit in your life. Do it for 5 or 10 minutes a day and give yourself the X. So if you walk for 10 minutes, you get the X. If you put on your shoes and you walk for 10 minutes, you get the X. If you walk for 10, 15, 20, that's bonus. That's gravy. Let's say you want to learn copywriting. Okay, if I write one page or one paragraph or for 10 minutes, you get the X. You write for 10, you get the X. That's how Jerry Seinfeld started. Let's say you want to start reading real books. Pretty simple. Okay, you have to read one page per day to get the X. And one page. And then maybe 6 months from now, you up that to 10 minutes of reading or 15 minutes. But start small and fill the calendar with daily wins, daily wins, daily wins. And as it becomes a habit and you get more momentum, you can increase the time. But start walking by putting your shoes on. Start drinking water by putting 2 glasses out in the morning. Okay? Start copywriting by writing literally for 5 minutes a day and no more, and you get the X. Or reading a real book, 2 pages per morning, and you get some victories and you get some momentum. And hell, by the end of the year, you've got 365X. 365X. That's how massive consistency transforms your life. And then when you look at that calendar at the end of the year, and you've got your scoreboard there, like Bill Parcells says, if you're 16-2, you're 16-2. If you're 2-16, you're 2-16. And what I love about the Seinfeld calendar is it gets me back on track. A bad day doesn't bleed into 2 bad days because of that calendar. Okay, if the bad wolf came last year 6 times to visit me, those 6 days didn't become a week. Those 6 days didn't become a month. Those 6 days didn't become 4 months. I got my ass back and going the next day. Okay? So take those losses personally. If you don't get that X for 5 minutes, if you don't get that X for 10 minutes, you need to be sick to your stomach. That's a loss. And that calendar's got to be in your office or at your front door or in your bedroom where you can see it every day. I have it beside my bed in Naples. I have it beside my bed in Canada. And I literally take it with me. I'm fucking serious. Okay? My kid and my queen see me roll that thing up and put it in my suitcase to start the year. You know what that message is? You know what that says? That says I'm fucking serious this year. When my wife says, fill that thing, I'm serious about filling this thing. I could have easily put it up at home, and when I got back from this little family getaway, I could have put the 3 X's on there. But no, I'm fucking serious. I carry my weapons of mass production. I carry my weapons of mass peak performance with me. Tools of the trade. So that just being up there, you saw my daughter come in here. She's 11 years old. She sees me chasing my dream every day. She sees me competing with myself every day. Does it matter? It matters. It matters what the people in your world are seeing. So put the calendar up, set one simple daily goal, and like my wife Krista says, your job, you have one job in this year. And the worst mistake you can ever make is not putting that up where people in your family can see it and support you. And you have one job as the king of your family and the king of your business. Pick the goal, put up the calendar, and fill the fucking thing this year with green or red X's. Speaking of filling that calendar, I've got 5 positions this year with 1 mastermind. I'm not doing 2, I'm doing 1 mastermind. If you're interested, the link is below. BadAzzKings.com. What's BadAzz Kings? It's an elite mastermind for driven, generous men, husbands, fathers, men over the age of 45, married with children, grandchildren, who want more. If you want more, this mastermind is for you. It's expensive for a reason. You want more money, you want more wealth, you want more time, you want more energy, you want less distraction, you want more connection with your wife, you want more connection with your children, you want more freedom, you want more personal sovereignty. Hell, if you want more, whatever it is that you want more, you're not going to get it without elite coaching, and you're not going to get it without accountability. You're going to be a month into this year and you're going to be like, man, 2024 sure looks like a lot like 2023. We all need coaching. I need coaching. I need accountability. You need coaching. You need accountability. Loneliest job in the world. Calendars and newsletters are all extremely helpful, but at the end of the day, we all need coaching. Michael Jordan had a coach, okay? Elon Musk has a coach. Henry Ford had a coach. Rockefeller had a coach. Ronald Reagan had a coach. Winston Churchill had a coach. Tom Brady had a coach. All the greats invest in coaching. The link is below. It's $30,000 for the year. That's the best investment you'll ever make in building the world of your dreams. I can't imagine trying to do that on your own. You want to surround yourself, you want to be wealthier and healthier. Surround yourself with people that are wealthier and healthier than you. You want to build freedom and personal sovereignty and get into a safe harbor position. Surround yourself with people who are already in a safe harbor position. And that's what masterminds are all about. 10x your marriage, 10x your health, 10x your income, 10x your business. The link is below. It's a handful of questions. I'll look to see whether you're qualified, whether it's a good fit, whether I'm the right coach, and then we'll get on the phone and discuss it if it's the right fit for you. If it's not, it's perfectly okay. It's not going to change my life. The mastermind's not going to change my financial life. I do it because I have a passion for working with elite, driven, and generous entrepreneurs. So there you have it, man. I have one job this year above all other jobs to fill that thing, get yours up, set the one single goal, and make it happen every day in your life. The end of this week, that scoreboard should say 5-0, 6-0, 7-0, and building momentum. And the worst thing you can do this year, is try and do it without the calendar, without the public visibility, without giving yourself the gold stars. You need those attaboys. You need those gold stars. Okay? You're a target. You're a target with the media, with the politicians, with the bureaucrats. Everybody's anti-small business. Everybody's anti-entrepreneur. You need that calendar. You need that calendar. That's your attaboy. That's your gold star every day that you need to keep going. The heroes in our society like you, they need that you need that calendar. You're the man in the arena. You need that calendar. Nobody else is going to pat you on the back, so like Seinfeld, pat yourself on the back. But only when you show up and do the work, the one thing that needs to be done every day. Take my wife Krista's advice. Put the calendar up, choose one thing, one target, one goal every day, and fill that fucking thing in 2024. Be brave, be fierce, and be relentless.